People tell us that by this age you should have done this. By this age you should be doing this. By this age you should be married, you should have a job. If you're living your life by someone else's time and pattern, then you're always going to feel like you're behind. It's about starting with our strengths. The challenge why we feel fearful, why we feel people will judge us, why we don't feel confidence, is because we don't know what our strengths are. And the funny thing is, everyone has a strength. Everyone has a strength. Whoever you are, but if you can stretch your life and create a life and mold a life around your strengths, then you won't worry about others. The problem is we try and think we like something, or it's a hobby, or we're testing something. So the first thing I say to people is, figure out what you're interested in and then go and invest and become an expert in it. Don't be average at a lot of stuff. Be good, really good at a few things. When you do that, you naturally feel self-esteem, you naturally feel confidence, you naturally feel fearless, and you don't feel judged as much. So really big piece of advice, start with your strengths, start with your skills, and don't just, people say follow your passion. That's not true. Invest in your passion. Following your passion is not good enough. You can keep following it and you won't be good at it, no one will care. It's a life's work and investment. It's not just following your passion, it's investing in it. The problem is, because we don't choose to learn from our experiences, we don't value them. So if you feel you're taking a big pivot or you're going down a new path, ask yourself, what have I learned that I'm going to take with me? Because every experience is meaningful. Even if you started hating your job today, or you hate what you do, I guarantee you it's taught you something that's going to be impactful for the future. And we feel stuck because of the picture life has painted to us. People tell us that by this age you should have done this. By this age you should be doing this. By this age you should be married, you should have a job. If you're living your life by someone else's time and pattern, then you're always going to feel like you're behind. And that's why it's so important to recognize that you always have a choice, you can always make a shift. And the reason why we don't shift is because we don't want to give up how comfortable our life is. And you have to realize that if you really want to transform your life, you have to take a pay cut sometimes. You have to shift and live in a smaller space sometimes. You have to make sacrifice to grow in other areas of your life. And it's okay to change. It's okay to outgrow something where you don't feel you're growing. It's okay. The point is to go at your own time, but to move in the right direction. I think too many people are focused on a destination. Life is not a destination, it's a journey. Let's really talk about that. Living the life of your dreams is waking up doing what you love every day. It's not an end, it's not a result. I'm happy because I do what I love every day. I'm not happy because it has to get me anywhere. And so when you see people living their passion, it's because they've spent a lot of time on self-awareness, and they've spent a lot of time doing the internal work. So anyone you see out there who's living their passion, living their purpose, they've spent a ton of time. So anyone can reach that. That's not selective to them. That's not just for them. The point is it takes a lot of work. The point is it takes effort. The point it takes time. And the main thing it takes is intelligence of surrounding yourself by the right people and using the tools that are out there. Those two things will give you a bit more assurance and confidence. So you may think, oh, I'm good at this. That will show you whether you're good at it. And then you have to act on it. And I think where people get stuck is that they don't know and then they don't act. The first thing is knowing your strengths, and the second thing is acting on them. So a lot of people get stuck. Knowing and living are not the same thing. So once you know it, through doing these tools, through trying a lot out, like people are scared of experimenting. We need to get more active and make a move and start doing something. And that doing will help you learn, grow, and feel all the confidence you need. I have a very strong belief that if you don't focus on anything, it can never become anything. Bruce Lee said, I'm not scared of the man who's practiced 10,000 moves one time each. I'm scared of the man who's practiced one move 10,000 times. That's the point, that impact. If someone Bruce Lee was fighting had practiced one kick 10,000 times, that kick would be powerful. So attention is about, once you test an experiment, when you see some momentum and you think, okay, this is working, you've got to go all in on it. Then now I know where I have to give my attention, now let me act on it. Let me now go all in on one area. And whether you speak to Tim Ferriss, whether you speak to Gary Vaynerchuk, all of them will tell you exactly the same thing, that the most successful people in the world go all in on what their skill is.